All right, welcome back to another episode of Sushi and Popcorn. I'm Dahlia.
Keith. Kevin.
And a lot of craziness has happened. A lot of craziness. But we'll get into that a little later.
You ain't got no socks on.
I know. I got a petty done.
And that's why you cold. You over here with a coat on and wondering why you cold with your fingers uncovered. Your mama taught you better than that.
I'm home.
Anyway, welcome back.
Aren't they cute though?
Green.
Yes, I got the little cat
Like
side.
Eagles green. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Dallas fan.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. So a couple things. One, I wanted to mention this. So we were getting some really good feedback. Really, really phenomenal information was given to us on a couple of our episodes. And there was so many. And okay, so
I haven't heard any of this, by the way, so.
yeah, so what happened was, for those who don't know, and I don't really think we talked about it on any of our podcasts. I have been walking around with an aneurysm in my aortic valve for 6 years. And it started off like 0.1 centimeters, so the doctors were like, don't worry about it.
It'll be fine.
Right.
Disregard.
And then when my son passed away, and then my other son got shot, and then I couldn't stay in the house no more because it reminded me too much of Nick, and we wound up having to move, and then it was just a lot of shit going on. And finally I got real sick and I had to go to the hospital, and they said, hey, Houston, we have a problem.
Right.
Your aneurysm is now over 6 centimeters. And they were like, we're going to schedule you for surgery. And on July 11th of this year, and I got really worried and I started stressing out, and
This is probably the opposite of what you should have been doing.
right.
Right.
And Kevin and Keith was just like, we're going to get through this. You're going to be fine. But it is a weird feeling to know that at any moment,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because you hear so many people say, oh, that person passed away because they had an aneurysm. And my doctors were like, can it happen? Yes.
Yeah.
But we think that since it's lasted 6 years, you should be fine. You should last until it's time to go have your surgery. And then 2 weeks ago now, it happened. I was in so much pain and my aneurysm burst, and I got to the hospital in the nick of time, ironically.
Yeah.
And
The neck of time.
the nick, yeah, I caught it. And and the doctor who received me at the emergency room said the darkest thing to me ever. And he was just like,
Nigger.
he was just like, Mr. Ruffin, you need to call your family because this may be your last phone call.
Wow.
And then he said, and after you make your phone calls, I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to fight together. And I said, and at first I wasn't really grasping what he was saying because I kept going in and out. I mean, when they say you have near-death experiences, at first I used to think, oh, whatever. But what happened to me was I got to the emergency door and I seen my daughter and I said, it's black. And then they said that my legs collapsed and the security guard caught me.
Oh, God.
And I remember hearing the security guard screaming for a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Damn, you heavy? You heavy?
Yeah, I guess I am. And then it went, I blinked and I was on a gurney. I blinked again and I heard that same doctor yelling at them, and then I heard them calling the codes off, and then I blinked again and they had rolled me into this all white room. It was now when we're on set, to this day and my entire life, I've never seen a room this damn white. So when people say, "Oh, it felt like I was going to heaven,"
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's what they were talking
When
about.
they went into surgery.
Right. You know what I mean? And I'm like, because this room was the brightest white I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
those lights are super bright. They
The
don't want to
walls,
miss a thing.
everything, like you,
Yeah.
it was just white. And then I remember seeing the doctor standing over me, and he was holding my hand, and he was like, "All right, it's time. You know, your aneurysm burst." He was like, "Just hang in there." And I went to say something, and I blinked, and when I woke up, it was pitch black.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
And I was like, in my head, I was like, "Did I die?"
Yeah.
Like, cause this room is pretty dark, you know what I mean? So, then I heard somebody talking, but it was like it was faint. And then another doctor came in, and he was like, "Miss Ruffin, are you with us?" He was like, "You're in the ICU. You did it. You're here. You're with us." And then because they had me still, you know, in oxygen and all that stuff. So I was just, and I remember the thing in my throat, and I couldn't. Don't be nasty.
I didn't say a word.
So, and I was just thinking to myself,
Did you gag?
no. And I was just thinking to myself, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just had tubes all over me. And it was a long week and a half actually in there, and I just started reflecting on my life, like, and taking into, you know, and taking it all in and understanding that how short it is and how precious it is and how fast it can go. And not that I didn't realize that when Nicholas passed away, but it was just more like in my face.
Yeah.
And then when I
More
got
information.
right, and then when I got home, you know, I'm met with bills and everything, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my God, I got to get this paid." And then I just caught myself and was like, "Hey, you know what? They'll get paid when I fucking
Right,
pay
yeah.
them. Like, I am not about to sit here and stress myself out." And I said all that to say that while I was laying in the hospital, I started going through all the comments, and I just kept thinking, "Wow, this is."
Nice.
Yeah, I was like that.
You had time.
I had time.
You had time.
I had time. And I was thinking to myself, "Oh wow, this is some really, really good information." And so I'm gonna let you guys take a look at it or just jump on there. But thank you guys for all the phenomenal information, especially like they've given us information on EXO, they've given us information on Wavy. One person broke down all the information. It was like this long. I'm gonna tag you to it. They told us like who Kokona's powers. I mean, you guys are
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Because that was a big thing. Because people thought Kokona's powers was telepathy, but that was
It's actually hers is actually, I believe she said telekinesis.
Because Maya is telepathy.
Right, but I got to double check. And then they gave us information on other groups that we were
Yeah.
that we reacted to, and it was just phenomenal. And somebody even said, "Oh, the one that Keith is talking about." I believe he said it here. Keith, there it is. Read that out loud and say the person's
I
name.
did see that one. So, Morgoth, 7131. You know, I can't read.
So small.
Well, you know, like,
It's not the size of
the show you're talking about is 3X. Oh, yeah, 4 meals a day. I think we talked about that. And I was telling you about the other one. It's funny because I read this comment literally 2 days after I found X or Go. And there was another one, the Extra XG is the other one that we were talking about as well.
Right.
So there's 3 shows really that we can go and look at. And I think we
Yeah.
spoke about that before
Right.
we actually came on the air. As far as what they want to do, because I do remember the 3 meals a day. It was interesting, but it wasn't like industry stuff. So you may or may not find it as interesting,
Right.
being that it's not industry stuff, dance practices, anything about. It's more so just taking a step back and slowing life down. So I don't. Again, we can look at it if we like the first. If you guys like the first episode, we can continue. If not, we just move on to the next one.
And then there's somebody else was in there talking about, "Oh, you guys are into production. You should really check out what you literally just said, the behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
A few of
Yeah,
them.
that would
So we're definitely going to jump into Extra G behind the scenes. We're going to jump into a lot of them. But I really just wanted to say, thank you for all the beautiful information that we received.
kind
They
words
did.
and
They
the
actually did a breakdown. One young, and I copied and pasted it, and it was two people, and I was like, oh my god, like it was a list, and I believe it was on. Please forgive me, XO.
okay.
Which is the one? No, which one is the one that was wearing the all red? The one you put us on, the one of the last videos.
Taeyong?
Yes.
Okay. Ghost?
And yes, and they explained his telekinesis. I mean, his teleportation power, and they
Oh,
broke
no,
down
no. That's Kai.
Kai. Yes,
That's
on Kai. Yes.
Yeah, but everybody
So,
in EXO has powers.
right, and but they,
Or SM, I believe.
I believe that was mentioned as well. But they broke it all down. Whoever and when I go to edit, I will tag you and put your name up because that looked like a post that she sat down or he sat down and took 20-30 minutes to write out, and phenomenal information. So thank you. I'm going to tag a couple of you guys because really I was sitting there, like I said, in the hospital, and I'm just like, wow, this is interesting. You know what I mean? Kai recently came back from the military service. And is this the one? Yes, here it is.
Oh, wow.
What's the person's name?
Melinda Wilson?
Okay. Thank you. Look at this.
9175.
Oh, wow.
Look at all this
All that
information.
information. Yeah, that's great.
And
That's-
then she broke it down like she it was just a lot. And then another person came behind her and said, like, listed what each person's power was.
Oh, I like that.
And even explained, you know what I mean? Like, I believe Kai means opening, and that's basically they're protecting if I'm getting this correct, protecting the universe, protecting the earth. And so they explained why he was named the leader because he's the bridge, basically. That's why he has the teleportation powers.
Okay.
But if you get a second, just Keith and Kevin, I will tag you to this post so that you guys can go in there and take a look.
That's a lot.
A lot
No
of
one told me
information.
that reading would have to be a part of this.
And I'm just sitting here like, Jesus Christ. But I read it
Not
all.
in my contract.
And here it is. See, you see how
Yeah,
so she's
yeah.
breaking it all down. And this is another person. This one, is this the same person?
No, that looks like that might be from.
Priya?
Yeah. That doesn't look like. Yeah, that might be from India or something.
Yeah, but this person also, just had a lot of information to say about Kai and,
Yeah.
the group.
That's good
Oh yeah,
stuff.
people be on their shit, which
Yeah.
is why most times if I can't figure it out, I'll be like, "Hey, drop it in the comments."
Yeah.
'Cause
Yes.
they will definitely drop it in the comments.
Yes.
And sometimes you get some people who are kind of like assholes with it, and then sometimes no, seriously,
Yeah.
you get people who are very condescending in the way they talk.
Yeah.
Even though they watched the video 300 times and we're watching it most times for the first time,
Right.
and it's like, okay, well, clearly you have a leg up, so I would expect you to know what's going on as
Right.
opposed to what we're just happen to be gleaming and watching. But then
Don't
you have
come
people-
on in and just randomly choose a
Yeah.
video and say, hey, well, you didn't watch this in order. Well, how do you know? You know what I mean? So,
But then you have people like this who actually take the time and dedication and actually present a very good thesis and synopsis of what's going on so that we can catch up and actually
Right.
understand what's happening.
right.
And we appreciate those people.
Yeah.
We appreciate the other people too.
Yeah.
Drive up our engagements.
Yeah.
But
But I just want to say
Video.
thank you guys because you didn't even realize that I'm literally like recuperating from open heart surgery. You know what I mean?
wait, you got a
And-
cool scar?
No, they went in through the groin. So basically,
Oh.
yeah. So basically, heart surgery.
That's a long way up.
Yeah, and they did a stent because originally, if my aneurysm would have never burst, then my scheduled surgery date was July 11th, and it was going to be a 12-hour long procedure.
Damn.
But because my aneurysm burst, it was only 2 or 3 hours long.
Because they didn't
And
have to.
they didn't have the time to do because it was going to be a customized stent, but
Right.
because
There's no stent now. They don't.
now they're running in there trying to fix it and
Get the duct tape.
right and everybody kept saying you had major surgery, and I kept thinking to myself, I don't feel like I have major
Yeah,
surgery. I
it
feel
seemed-
really good, and I
yes.
felt like technology has just come
Uh-huh.
so
Well,
far
You
along.
feel really good because that's a weight that's lifted. That's one less thing you have to worry
Yeah,
about.
that is
That's
true,
one
too. You're
major
alive.
thing
Yeah.
that you have to worry about. And you were definitely worrying about it. So now you're good.
Yeah.
Now you can worry about the small stuff that common people like me have to worry about. Like, why is there no coffee creamer in the
Yeah.
refrigerator? I know I bought some 2 weeks ago. Like,
Yeah.
what
Who
happened to
drank the
coffee?
last bit of milk?
Bro, like, what's going on?
Yeah. So.
Or you ever pour a bowl of cereal and then realize you have no milk?
Milk
or have
and
to
then-
use
Yes,
Dude,
that
for
pisses
water.
me
Oh.
off to the fullest.
Wait,
like,
time out. Hold on. Did you say water?
I used to do that when I was a kid.
Oh, fuck no.
If I didn't have any milk, I just put
No.
water in my cereal.
oh, Kevin,
I was
no.
desperate.
You know what? I've
I'm
heard
never
people,
that
but
poor.
you know,
I'm
you know
never
what?
that poor.
I've heard people say that. They're like,
I've heard
okay,
it,
well,
but
you know what? I'm gonna. But then somebody else said, if you don't have milk, use ice cream.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
So and then I watched
Yeah.
one person. He was like, come on, mom, you gotta taste this. And he took Frosted Flakes and vanilla ice cream.
Oh, well,
and,
it's gonna be good to
And with
begin with.
bananas.
Oh, yeah.
And put it in there. And he mixed it all up. He was like, try it. And I'm like, you're not gonna put no milk in that.
It is
Well,
milk.
He was
yeah,
like,
I mean, ice cream.
just to, and then when I tasted it, I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
this is actually
exactly.
really good. So yeah,
Good idea.
yeah.
All right.
So all
That was our
right.
just chatting portion of the show.
Okay, yeah.
So again, once more, your information, your and you not knowing, you guys really helped me get through a really dark part. And I thank you. I really appreciate it. There was only one person that stood out to me that had just negative comments, and of course now that person's removed. But you know, it wasn't nothing like he wasn't bashing or being. He was just being. Come on, just be respectful.
Yeah.
You know. So now he's been removed. But other than that, all those comments. Every time I looked up, I was like, oh, more comments to read, and you know, it got me through.
Thank you for the comments because
Yeah.
she would have drove herself fucking crazy
Yeah.
if you didn't do comments. I'm not even
Yeah.
joking. She would have drove herself crazy.
Yeah, because I was trying to come home. They were like, you can't go home. You're in the ICU. You
Yeah.
gotta slow down.
Slow down.
I'm like, Shy, bring me my computer.
I did. I told Cheyenne, I was like, bring me my iPad.
Yeah.
And then Cheyenne,
Edit.
and then she was just like, what are you going to use it for? I was like, I'll play games on there.
Yeah. Are you allowed to
Yeah.
have that in
Yeah.
the ICU?
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Well, there you go.
yeah.
That's
No, I
okay.
couldn't have it in the ICU.
Oh, you can't?
I had to wait till I came out. So when they finally moved me to another room, then I was in there. Like,
Yeah.
all right. So now for the video portion, what are we checking out today, Keith?
I didn't forgot. We didn't have that long stint. That was like 20 minutes ago.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
I am. But I am sorry it took that long to explain. But
It's important.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get adjusted. All right. I believe it's new 17.
Okay.
All right.
I got it all the way back.
But I thought we was also checking out J-Hope.
We're checking out a lot of things because
Okay.
we're behind. So as much as
Yeah.
we can get done, you might see 30 videos with the same fucking clothes, and guess what? You're gonna love every second of it.
You are. You are.
Bad Influence.
Okay.
be-
So we're checking out Bad Influence by 17.
I believe this is
my
produced by Pharrell, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Well, let's check it out. Let's go for it.
All right, so without any further delay,
Oh, wait.
I guess we have more delays. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say it's good to be back. With
Glad to
both
have
of
you back. All right.
Stop it.
All right, so
All right.
17.
Without further.
Vernon.
Or Vernon and his bitches, as she likes to say.
No, I don't. Don't do that. Don't put that out there.
Don't wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. Yeah, I love them all, but Vernon just is my bias, so stop playing.
That's a hell of a bias.
It really is.
Your bias is bias.
All right.
Ugh. All right. Maybe I had an extra pepperoni one too many. Yeah, so Bad Influence, 17, produced by Pharrell. Never heard it before. A lot of views in a very short period of time. I think it's only been out like 5 days.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Not surprised.
and we already hitting millions. How many millions?
8 million.
12 million.
12 million.
Shit, in 3 days. All right, so
Without any further ado, let's get in it.
yeah, let's get into it because I know y'all hear it in the background playing
Yeah.
slightly every time I have
Yeah.
to rewind it. So
Okay.
They will.
And I had time to think about it.
that's the way it comes
It's
in.
too much bullshit that's around it. I don't want it at all. But hey, I wanna have a good time. Good time, good time, good. And I had time to think about it. But life would be so much better without it. I don't want it at all. But hey, I wanna have a good time. Good time, good time, good. Let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. Let's do it now, let's go out, let's go out. Let's sing, fit the vibe, chase the fate, chase the fate.
Hey, drive safely. My brother in there with you.
Everybody talking about only fun shit is allowed. Bad influence, argue every time. Ain't enough for you. Just wanna have a good night. Bad influence, 4 in the morning. What the fuck we doing? Bad influence, turn it way good time. Okay. And I had time to think about it.
It is.
It'd be so much better without it. I don't want it at all. But hey, I wanna have a good time.
Sounds good. You can hear that
Clean.
background on, yeah.
Sometimes you wanna lock up, you know. You get frustrated, call me stuck up. But once you bring the plug up, yeah. Makes me wanna get fucked up. Let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. What you doing now? Let's go out, let's go out. Let's do sim, with the vibe, chase the fate, and be the section everybody talking about. Only fun shit is allowed. Bad influence, argue every time. Ain't enough for you. Bad influence, wanna have a good night. Bad influence, 4 in the morning. What the fuck we doing? Bad influence, turn it into good time. And I had time to think about it. It's too much bullshit
amazing how
that's
this fits in
around
the
it. I
movie.
don't want it at all.
Right.
But hey, I wanna
Yeah, this is rough in the show.
And I had time to think about it. My life would be so much better without it. I don't want it at all. But hey, I wanna have a good time. Good time.
That's it. Damn, that was short. Yeah.
Produced by Pharrell Williams.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Bro,
I don't know who that is.
Get out. Get out, heathen.
give me back your black card. Stop lying to me.
Yo.
I don't know.
Oh, he's another producer.
Fried chicken for you.
Phenomenal singer. Phenomenal rapper. Phenomenal. He's all around.
Yeah.
He's,
Neptunes. You ever
yeah.
heard the Neptunes?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
Pharrell.
I won't say he's the lead guy because they all do equal, but he's the I guess if you had to put a face to the Neptunes, it would be him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so okay, let's start with you, Kevin. Tell me what you thought.
Well, just from the video itself, I liked how it came in. They were on those weird glass containers. I thought it was pretty cool. But I was trying to figure out what the video was about in the song. I couldn't tell if it was like technology trying to get away from it, or if they're trying to. They had that checklist, so they're trying to build a perfect self, or
So you're trying to understand the meaning of
yeah.
the video.
But I did like the song. The song just seemed to be like in the back as I was watching the video.
Right.
And I definitely liked how the song itself, when they was doing the chorus with a good time, just continuing good time, and they were singing over that. That's the one thing that probably stuck out to me musically, which I really enjoyed. But yeah, it was like, for some reason I was so focused on the video itself, trying to understand what was going on, because then they switched and he was like, all those tires.
Right.
So like, what's going on here? For the song itself, I really enjoyed it. It was good.
It was clean production,
But
but it was Pharrell. So
yeah, the checklist there. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know if you were able to interpret like in the heads there, those dummy heads. Are they trying to find their perfect self or a good positive person? I don't know. Constructive.
I just know cinematically that this was shot beautifully. It was clean. I liked how they had them dressed. It really had a Pharrell kind of vibe to it. You know what I mean? Clean, just clean, almost commercial clean. If you ever noticed. And they have definitely grown up a lot.
Except for Woolsey.
And so I'm just gonna ignore Keith's comment. And
That's my guy, but he is like 5'1", man.
he's so adorable.
Standing
He is,
tall,
though.
though.
He carries a lot of weight in the group.
He damn sure does. Because I heard that he actually makes the music, he writes the songs, he comes up with the choreography.
Damn.
Like he is.
He pulls his weight?
Yeah, he pulls his weight.
Alright.
He's
He's like
phenomenal.
mini Sugar.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed the song. I'm gonna try it out in the truck and see how it sounds in the truck.
Seem kind of laid back.
Very. It's definitely, you know what I mean, a club song, you know what I mean? And it's more laid back kind of club song. Okay, so maybe you're not clubbing, but you may be at the
like a
at the
vibe.
lounge
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
a vibe.
having drinks and there's
Yeah.
something. And it had that oh God, what is his name? John B. Remember John B? Okay, so he had his kind of groove, and I was just like, okay, or what's the other boy? Don, what's his name? Donnell Jones.
Okay.
Yeah. So it had that kind of flavor to it. So I enjoyed it. I'm gonna definitely, check it out in the truck. Your thoughts?
I thought it was really good. It came in interestingly. Like it was a cold entrance. It was no lead into the beat. It from the moment you turn it on, right in with the lyrics and the melody. I thought the beat would progress a little bit more than it did, but it didn't, and I was okay with that. I didn't really need the beat to do too much because I felt like the empty space in the beat allowed them to fill it in with their voices, fill it in and like let their voices be the music of it. I thought it was really, really good. I thought I loved, and even though this just may be, I don't know, the hood in me, but I love the use of aggressive language, like shit,
Yes,
fuck,
yeah.
just like
Yeah, because
we
I don't
grown,
usually
bro.
hear them.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he's there letting you know.
Yeah.
Like we grown, we
Yeah.
ain't doing the little stuff no more. And
Right.
and like as far as the video was concerned,
Even on the panel, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
on
only
the
fun shit is allowed.
Yeah, only fun shit is allowed. So
you know what I mean? So like I think as far as what the video is given, it could, I don't know, it could be a lot of things because like some of the things on the wall is like lost,
happy.
and they're like doing a checklist of
Yeah.
what it means, and bad was just by itself bad.
Yeah.
And then they're doing like the face swaps or whatever. So I mean, it could be futuristic, but even when they were looping in the car going around, they actually showed the set
Yeah.
in the background. So they're not. It's not like they're trying to hide anything. It's almost like abstract.
Yeah. Very abstract.
Yeah, but it's like that he was just hanging upside down, and then they flipped the
Yeah.
camera and it looked like a shadow on the floor. Like
Yeah.
and so it's very abstract and it's almost futuristic. Like so, I like it. I think it's dope.
Yeah.
If they continue to go down this road,
I'm here for
I'm
it.
here. I'm definitely here for it. I'm
Yeah.
definitely here for it. I like it, but I just wouldn't want too much of their stuff to be like. I don't want them to get pigeonholed to having like one kind of sound. Even though Pharrell's very good for taking one artist and then mixing it up and giving you multiple different sounds. Like
Right.
we've seen that with Timberlake's first album. We've seen that with who was the dude that lost? Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
We've seen it with him. So I mean, he's able to give you R&B, but also not make it sound.
Because Neo is good for that too.
Yeah, Neo was
Yeah.
really good. Actually, Neo wrote an album for Michael Jackson. And
Yeah.
Michael Jackson turned it down, and it turned out to be one of Neo's best albums.
Yeah. Yeah.
So go figure.
Yeah. Neo's written for so many people. It's not
So
even
many
funny.
people.
So many people. Yeah. All right. So that is our take on this episode of Sushi and Popcorn. Whew.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a dance practice. I don't think that this video will have one. If
I
they
don't
do,
really
try. You could look
see
for it.
if they have a dance practice. We'll throw it up onto the Patreon.
yeah, everything actually will go on the Patreon.
Yeah. So that's it for this episode of Sushi and Popcorn. Please, please, please make sure to hit the comment, like, and subscribe, and the notification bell
Somewhere around here.
somewhere around here. And
I think it's up here still.
Right. And one last thing. When I say please, please, please be safe in the streets, I so mean that shit with the way the world is right now.
With the Minnesota shit.
the loss
Minnesota.
of the two senators, And
Prayers out to LA, prayers out to Israel and Iran, both
Yeah.
sides. Like I don't really know what's going on out there. I'm not gonna speak, but like lives are being lost. That's what I do know. Children are being hurt. You know, civilians are being bombed.
yeah.
Like
So
it's never a good game.
yeah, no matter how you want to cut it dry, no matter what side you're on, lives are being lost. So please be safe in these streets. Peace.